Madam Shanti Kumari. Swami garu. A bouquet to Chidambaram. On the dais to kindly join for the lighting of the lamp, sir. Practicing in High Court. I am glad to introduce him as my colleague. He started his practice in Hyderabad, shifted from Tadapalligudem, and for the past 3-4 years he is in Hyderabad. A day may I request
మానవుడు వేలుస్తానంటే ఎందుకంటే ఈ కుర్రవాళ్ళు ఇప్పుడిప్పుడే దానికి ఆకర్షితులు అవుతున్నారు వాళ్ళు.
Dignitaries, all advocates, ladies, gentlemen, media.
The distinguished guests, the media, ladies and gentlemen. I'm very happy to be here on this August gathering on the occasion of inauguration of very important organization, that is Human Rights Protection Organization. The name is apt, and so also the logo. and now we have to see in times to come its performance. Lot of human rights organizations have sprung up under different names and styles, and an organization which works towards securing the human rights to the citizens alone will get the name and fame. Human rights is not a very peculiar subject or a special subject. Only thing is, in recent times, this word is being coined time and again. Otherwise, human rights had been there ever since the birth of human beings, but most of the rights were not recognized. They came to be recognized by persistent agitations and sacrifices. Go to 1215 AD, 26 June 1215 AD, when first human rights were recognized in a small way, that is called Magna Carta. Then there was a French Revolution, there was a Russian Revolution, there were so many wars, and there were so many judgments. The first of its kind was by Lord Coke in 1604 AD. Then Marshall's judgment, that Madbury's judgment, and so on and so forth. 2 world wars, and the consequence is United Nations Universal Declaration promulgated on 10th of December 1948 with only 30 articles. Number is not the criteria, but it is embedded in those 30 articles all such human rights which are necessary for the growth and sustenance of human beings with dignity and equality. Very lately, our country has enacted the Protection of Human Rights Act in 1993 with a very, very vague and general definition. It is not enumerated, and rightly so, because no legislation can enumerate the rights and duties, because rights and duties, they arise by evolution. That is the reason why definition of human rights is defined in the Protection of Human Rights Act as the right to life, liberty, equality and dignity. When you go to our constitution, we find all these categories of the human rights. So Article 19, we say Article 14, 14, 15, 16, 19, and Article 20, 21, 22, 25. So all that starting from 14 to 31. And also other rights which are granted under several statutes enacted by Parliament or the state legislative bodies. When I became the chairman of Human Rights Commission in the year 2005, a question was used to be, very frequently I used to face that question. So what are the human rights? What are the human rights? I said human rights are such rights which enable every human being to live with equality and dignity, with the liberty, equality and dignity. And they are available from womb to tomb. They are available to a child in the womb. They are available to a person who is even buried. And for all, regardless of the gender, the caste, creed, race, etc. That's why they are called universal declaration. And India has enacted in 1993 in the state of Andhra Pradesh. For the first time, it was constituted in the month of January 2005, and then it was notified in the month of August, and I was the first chairperson of the State Human Rights Commission. In a span of 5 years of my tenure, I have received 40,000 cases. Not that all were disposed of, but most of the cases were disposed of, dealing with several aspects of the human life, starting from the womb, then the birth, and then the nutrition, then medical health, then the education, then employment, several aspects. And human trafficking, women trafficking, girl trafficking, the child labor, child marriages, and whatnot. So to understand human rights, it is not sufficient to read only definition. We should have a very large comprehension about the human rights. If a question is put whether